how do we know the weekly cycle was never lost? If the Sabbath was established at creation, how do we know the cycle of days was never broken? Is there real evidence that we're still counting the same weekly cycle today? Let's think carefully. First, the Bible shows an unbroken weekly cycle. From creation onward, the Bible presents a continuous sequence of 7-day weeks. In Genesis 1 to 2, the cycle begins. By the time of Moses, the same cycle is clearly functioning. In Exodus 16, before the 10 Commandments were even spoken, Israel is already keeping the Sabbath while gathering manna. There's no hint that the cycle was lost or restarted. Second, Jesus kept the same Sabbath day. Fast forward to the time of Christ. In Luke 4:16, it says, "As his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day." Jesus observed the same weekly cycle recognized by the Jews of his time. If the day had been lost, this would have been the perfect moment to correct it. But he didn't. Third, the Jews preserved the Sabbath globally. For thousands of years, Jewish communities have been scattered across the world, yet they have all consistently kept the same Sabbath day from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. This global consistency strongly suggests the cycle was never broken. If it had been lost, different regions would have different Sabbaths, but they don't. Fourth, calendar changes never broke the weekly cycle. History records major calendar reforms, like the shift from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar. But here's the key point. Those changes adjusted dates, not the sequence of weekdays. When the calendar skipped dates, the weekly cycle continued uninterrupted. Saturday was still followed by Sunday. Fifth, even secular history confirms the 7-day week. The 7-day week has been used continuously across cultures for thousands of years. There's no historical record of a global reset of the weekly cycle. So do we have evidence that the weekly cycle has been preserved? Yes. The Bible shows a continuous pattern. Jesus and the early believers followed it. History confirms it was never interrupted, and Jewish communities preserved it worldwide. So the same seventh day blessed at creation is the same seventh day we recognize today. The question isn't whether the day was lost. The real question is, what will we do with the day God has already set apart?